Welcome, little dreamers, to a story from a world far above our own, a magical floating land called Erroluna. Imagine a place where the sky isn't just blue, but glows with a gentle, warm light, like a soft blanket. Here, there are no people, no cars, just countless colorful birds fluttering through the air. In Erroluna, giant fluffy trees don't grow from the ground. They sprout right out of the clouds. And the rivers. They aren't made of water, but of pure, flowing color, swirling through the sky in brilliant rainbows. Even the flowers are magical, humming soft, sweet melodies. And the wind doesn't just blow, carries shimmering sparkles like tiny bits of stardust. It's a world painted with wonder, a home to the most beautiful birds you could ever imagine. Our story begins with Luma, a magnificent parrot whose feathers shimmered in brilliant shades of blue and green. Like precious jewels catching the light, Luma was an artist. Every morning, just as the first light touched the sky, she would take flight, using her wings to paint the dawn with breathtaking new colors. She was curious and playful, always full of bright ideas. Her best friend was Pip, a tiny canary, bright as a buttercup, with little round wings and a heart 10 times his size. Pip was small, but incredibly brave. And he was always ready to join Luma on any adventure, no matter how big or small. Together, they were the best of friends, soaring through the colorful rivers and listening to the humming flowers. One morning, however, something was wrong. Luma flew up to paint the sunrise, but the colors on her wings seemed weak and faded. She looked around and noticed the beautiful cloud flowers, which usually burst with vibrant hues, were drooping and pale. The rivers of color that crisscrossed the sky were losing their sparkle, turning a dull, murky gray. A quiet sadness was falling over Erroluna. The air, once filled with humming melodies and sparkling stardust, was becoming still and quiet. The world was losing its magic, and no one knew why. Luma knew she had to do something. The beauty of their home was fading away before their very eyes. Determined to save her world, Luma, with brave little Pip by her side, set off on a quest. They soared to the highest cloud tree and spoke to the wisest old owl, who had seen many seasons pass in Erroluna. The owl's feathers were the color of twilight, and his eyes held ancient secrets. The colors of Erroluna are born from joy, he hooted softly. The cloud flowers don't drink water, they drink laughter. They need to hear the sounds of happiness to bloom. Luma's eyes widened in understanding. The secret wasn't some lost magical item. It was something they all had inside them. The world wasn't sad because the colors were fading. The colors were fading because the world had forgotten to be joyful. Luma knew exactly what to do. She gathered all the birds of Erroluna in the great central meadow. At first, everyone was quiet and worried. Then, Luma cleared her throat and told a silly joke about a worm who couldn't find his shoes. A few birds tittered, peep. Seeing his chance, chirped a funny little song about a cloud that looked like a giant fluffy sheep. A wave of giggles spread through the crowd. Luma and Pip kept going, telling knock-knock jokes, making funny faces, and sharing silly stories. Soon, the air was filled not with worried chirps, but with peals of laughter, ringing out across the sky. And then, the magic happened. With every giggle and every chuckle, the cloud flowers began to unfurl, bursting open in waves of brilliant color. The sky blossomed with joy, the rivers of color flowed brightly once more. And Erroluna was saved, all thanks to the simple, wonderful power of a good laugh. Thank you so much for joining us on this adventure to Erroluna. If you loved our story, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more magical tailies. We can't wait to see you again next time. Bye for now.